Hello everyone, welcome to another episode. Today I'm going to be talking about OpenSpec. It is a cool tool that helps you to plan out your vibe coding project, plan out a feature, plan out a new project, plan out something new in an existing project. It also helps you with writing tests. Let's dive into this and hopefully you fall in love with it the way I have fallen in love with it. It's such a help, and once you see it in work, you see how fast the AI can then implement whatever you asked it to do versus if you don't use OpenSpec. It's amazing. It's night and day. So let's jump into this. But before we go too far, I would love it if you would jump down here into the description and get your free guide, Top 5 Test Automation Best Practices. Every single time I forget the name of this. Anyway, Top 5 Test Automation Best Practices. Free download. It covers quite a few things I've learned over the last 25 years I've been in the industry, and just a few test automation things that have really worked for me. So jump down there, grab it, download, and now let's get on to OpenSpec. So here is their website, OpenSpec.dev. And it's really bare bones. So it took me a little bit of clicking around to figure this out. But just so if you go to this to try to install things and then try to read the documents, I tried clicking get started. It only leads you to the top of the web page. But it gives you this important piece right here. You just do an npm install. Just clicking on that copies it. But if you want to get into the documentation of this, you have to click here into their GitHub. Once you're in their GitHub, you can scroll down and all the documentation is down here. So it gives you some quick tips, but right here is the quick start. So again, you npm install, go to your project, OpenSpec init, and we'll do this really quick. And then there is the workflow, and we'll cover that workflow really quick. But the important thing is here's all the docs. So this will give you all the information that you need about using this tool. However, it's really simple, and honestly, you can have your AI drive it. That's what I've done. I'm like, I don't know how to use OpenSpec. So I just tell Claude, hey, use OpenSpec. And the reason Claude will know how to do it is because it perfectly puts all its tools in a way that Claude can understand. So let's just skip over and just show that off really quick and show you how to get started with this after you've installed it. And while you're watching, if you please scroll down, get your 5 test automation best practices document. It's a free download. It covers up my last 25 years of doing test automation for a lot of big companies, and it distills things down to some very easy to read, very quick, easy to read, actionable today, things you can do at your job today. So download the document, and let's continue. Here I am in the terminal. Here is a new project. I just created a blank project. If you look inside, there is nothing there. It's just a blank directory. Calling this improv exercises. I'm doing improv comedy with some friends, taking classes together, and we've been meeting up. So I've been really getting into it and loving it. And well, there's a lot of exercises, and I'm just gonna, just for this video, I'm gonna create a cheesy app that has exercises, and we'll be able to generate prompts, random prompts to riff off of. So when you have a new project, it's all completely brand new, or even if it isn't brand new, outside of Claude Code, you run OpenSpec init. You get this little guy, and then it gives you a little, hey, play with these tools to get started. Well, let's go to this. So now here are the tools, and I am using Claude Code. At work, I use Codex. But yeah, you got a ton of tools here that you can plug in. So if you're using something different than what I'm doing, don't worry. This will work for any agentic layout. As long as it has an AI that can read your directory, you're probably golden. So let's go with Claude Code. Oops, forgot space to select, then enter, and cool. So let's see what it created really quick. Oops. So it created Claude and OpenSpec. So if you look in .claude, you see that this created a whole bunch of skills. So if I cd to .claude and skills, you see all these OpenSpec apply, change, explore, propose, and it gave you some commands, even though I'm still not clear. I guess Claude does do commands. So yeah, it has all these OPSX commands that it gives right here, which is probably tying right back directly into those skills we just showed. I tried pointing at the screen like you could see me. Anyway, so, and then you got your OpenSpec directory, which has actually all your specs and everything. Once you've done this, you are ready to start. Let's get into this. So we have all these skills now installed. So you're going to do like OPSX for these skills. And the main workflow is propose. That's this one right here. And then after you've gone through the proposal phase, you then hit apply, and it's going to do all the coding for you. And once you're done with all the things, you do archive. So basically, propose, apply, archive. 3 things. So let's get into it. OPSX propose. Oh, crap. So I keep doing that. I keep accidentally hitting enter instead of a tab, and I don't know what it does if you do propose with nothing. So it's doing something. Okay, cool. So propose, and then it actually walks you through a menu. So you didn't have to write anything. So is it a new feature? Is it a bug fix? Refactor? I'd say it's a new feature because this is a whole brand new project. So I'll say new feature. Refactor, type something. I'm going to say this is a new project, new web project. Let's see. How about a web app with state and logic? Sure. We can add a backend later if we need to. The task, project management, social, community. Okay, why is it only restricting me to those 3? For this one, I want it to be, this is an app, a web app to help improv comedians and improv troops with exercises. Hopefully that's enough information. Wow, all right. I just saw this stuff as it's going through it. Like on just that minimal amount of information, it just like did all of this stuff right here and came up with a much more detailed thing than the one little sentence I gave it. That's interesting. I was kind of hoping that I hit propose, and I think if you start filling in what you're proposing right there, as soon as you type propose, you might skip all of this and just move forward. I thought I was recording. I guess I was not recording, but this finished, and it took about 3 minutes to get through just my 1-sentence thing. It added a lot. It did quite a bit here. It actually created a proposal, created the design doc, and just, I didn't give it a lot of data, but, React site, Vite, TypeScript, Tailwind, the standard stuff. It created the specs folder, and the specs folder is a really cool thing because that's how everything works. And future chats are going to understand it. You're going to understand it. And your tests, when you create tests for this stuff, it's going to read those specs and understand how to test your app. So that's another reason this is extremely important. So really, when you put planning up front, it makes everything else easier later. And that's exactly what this tool is done. This tool is to make planning easy for your AI workflow. And yeah, then it breaks everything down to these tasks. And anyway, I ran OPSX apply right here. And it's just been chugging through and applying all the details that popped through here. Oh, wow. I'm just like looking at some of this stuff, and it's like I didn't even tell it any of these things, but somehow it must have done the research and did it for me. But it's like different categories of warm-up, scene work, characters, and groups. That's really cool. I didn't even think about adding categories. It did it for me. Very, very cool. And it's still working. So it's going to take a while to work through this. And while that's working, just to tell you, There's been so many times I have AI just goes off the rails. It'll put things out there I didn't want it to do. It'll add features I did not ask for and just get in the way and clutter things up. So that's why I always very much so emphasize that you start in plan mode for Claude or Codex, whatever you do a plan mode where it does not do any code, and also something where you can talk back and forth with the AI. Have it ask you questions, have you ask it questions, and go back and forth until you're solid on what you want it to do. And that's why this really appeals to me, because this is like an extra planning stage. It's even more planning. And the more you plan, the more stable your session is going to be. Your entire project, I don't know. That depends on your management as well as your code and your company. So, but the more you can plan upfront, the more you can like front load all of that, the better off your project's going to be. All right, now I'll flip back. And it's done. Let's see. I'm excited to see what it did. I'm also kind of scared to see what it did. I'm trying to get y'all to use this, and then I don't think I gave it enough specs up front, so let's see what happens. So I'm going to ask, let's see here. Please demo this website using Playwright MCP. I have not installed Playwright yet, so I'm going to install Playwright MCP. I've just started using Claude Code, so I don't have everything set up yet. I'll just do it in case you all haven't seen Playwright before. I'm going to exit out of Claude Code. I'm going to paste the command line it gave me. Cool, and then I'm going to start Claude again, but I'm going to do this -- resume from my last session. And hopefully MCP, Playwright MCP will be installed. I'll go back to the last conversation. All right, demo this website using Playwright MCP. Whoa, look at all this. Let me bump it up a little bit. Wow, that's a lot of exercises. That's cool. Soundball, yes and. Breeze tag, I haven't done that one. Oh, cool, a filterable library of stuff. Oh, this is, I think I might actually publish this website and use it with my improv group. I think it did a great job. It's even got tags here. You can create lists for a list of exercises. So it kind of added this feature just in assuming this is the feature I would want. I guess when I give it next to nothing, it this is what it did. So this is amazing work. I am very impressed with Claude Code and it doing all of this good stuff. I don't know what it's still demoing. What is it demoing now? It's creating workshops. It's going through that. All right, I think we got the picture here. It did a lot of cool stuff. It created lists right here. Very, very cool. What else is it doing? Oh, cool. It even made the list so it can go up and down and you can organize the list. Oh, it even tells you how many people should be involved, 4 players, and how long it'll go. That's actually really helpful. Oh, now it's trying to do the mobile view. It's done an all right job on the mobile view. I don't know. Might be some improvement we could do there. That was amazing. That's exactly what I wanted. That's how you do it. So once it does this stuff, you can then do OPSX, and then you're supposed to, after you're done, you do archive. So propose, apply, archive. Or if you're other-handed, propose, apply, archive. So I'm going to archive this. And of course, I didn't set this up with Git. Of course, you should be doing a lot of Git commits on this. You should be doing this on feature branches and then merging the stuff back into main. But as you're doing this and you're using OpenSpec to drive things, then it gets all documented. Everything is documented there, and it makes it so much easier to hand off to someone else. Sync now. I don't know what that does. I've honestly never done the archive part of this before. I was so excited about like it making things that I never did the archive step. My bad. Cool, and that's it for that. I'm gonna create a new feature, but I want to explore it more before I actually do it. So I'm gonna try something called OPSX Explore. And this should help you explore ideas for a new feature if you don't quite know what it is yet. What would I like to think through? I wanted to have random generators for words, thoughts, emotions, and be able to embed it in these exercises. So let's see if just that little bit of info, if it can come up with something. Let's see, I'd like to have random generators for words, scenes, emotions, places, and so on. I'd like to have this these random generators available to the exercises. Can't spell exercises where appropriate. So usually when you're doing improv comedy, you do like, oh, let me switch over to this. So usually when you're doing improv comedy, like you get a suggestion from the audience. Or you say, hey, give me a place, give me an object, and then the scene goes. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get it to do. It's trying to be the audience giving me a random suggestion. All right, let's see what this Explore does. So it's going to ask me a whole bunch of questions here. It's going by too fast for me to actually even read the questions. All right, I think it's actually waiting for me now. So what did it ask here? So number one, where do generators live in the UX? I like these little... Embed in exercise detail or standalone generators. I'm just going to choose option A. So for 1A, or option A, whoops, escape. I always do that. Option A. Then 2, how do exercises declare what generators they need? This is the data model question. Right now, an exercise is just data. We need something like... Let's see. All right. So for number 2, keep it simple. Let's just have one type of random generator that lets you choose from emotions, objects, or locations. And then the exercises don't need to declare what they need. Cool. And now number 3. How rich do generators need to be? Simple end, flat words list, richer end. Go simple end. Let's do simple end. Even though I do like the compound prompts, maybe include both. All right, those are the 3 questions. Answer those. Let's see what happens. Probably going to chug on this for a few minutes. See, I love this Explore feature. That's usually how I do my planning. I put things in plan mode and then I just go through all of this. So this just feels good to me to do the exploring first, especially if something you don't have specs or you don't know what you need to test, or if things are just fuzzy, this feels like a great way. Or if you're just being creative, this feels like the right mode to choose. Let's see. So the 3 categories, I don't know, I say both everyday objects and broader nouns. Whatever is easiest for the first implementation. We can improve later, or we can refine later. Okay, now compound prompt should always be emotion plus object plus location, or let the user toggle which categories to feed into. Make motion, location, and let's see. Let's just be Control C. Let the user toggle. And last one, small UX question. The generator section, always visible on every exercise, or collapsed by default with a random prompt toggle to expand it. That suggests collapsing at first. So collapsed sounds good. So those were another set of questions. I love these little diagrams it's making for me. I can see AI in the future being a lot more visual with this type of stuff rather than text-based. Oh, cool. So yeah, I'm happy with this. And at the end right here, It's saying, hey, let's propose. So that is this is a different flow. Before you just did the propose, apply, archive, this adds an additional step where you explore, then you propose, then you apply, and then you archive. So it's a 4-step one if you want to do the exploration. Yes. Okay, it did this. It did the proposal stage, the prompt generator widget, the design, the specs, prompt generator spec, and exercise detail. Okay, so yeah. So it added a requirement to something that exists and a whole new requirement right here. And then the task to actually get that done, which helps the AI do all the stuff. Let's do the apply. Apply. You'll do it. Apply. Whoa, it just started launching a Playwright for some reason. I don't know what it's doing. To help itself build it. That's exactly what I think it's happening right here. Interesting, I've never seen the AI do this before. Usually I have to tell it to use Playwright MCP to look at problems, especially like when I'm debugging tests, like test failures that happen in CI. I have it rerun things in Playwright MCP and have it help narrow down what went wrong. So this is interesting. Let's see where it goes. I'm actually having fun watching it have the web going while it's developing. I'm actually watching it do the random prompt generator and make it work right in front of me. Pretty fun. All right, it finished. It did all the stuff. Tell it to give me a demo. Give me a demo with a Playwright MCP. Okay, right on. We got the stuff on the right here. So I have done the zip, zap, zop exercise. It's really goofy. All of these are really goofy, but they're so much fun. But let me pick one I haven't done before. Here's a mind meld. And right here at the bottom is the random prompt generator. And okay, an object. Oh, I like this. This is cool. So we can just click on these objects. Let me bump it up a little bit more just in case you can't see that. So yeah, I can like select on all these things. So if I just want like, someone give me in the audience, give me an object. Oh, an alarm clock. Not an alarm clock. Okay, a telescope. Cool. Thrilled with a bowling trophy. Object plus location. We were doing exercises with emotion and location. So this would really help with that exercise. Thrilled in a construction site, lonely in a train station, fearful in a bowling alley. Oh, cool. I probably will end up publishing this and using it. This is a cool, fun app. But yeah, that is it for that. And it did a wonderful job. I think I've never, usually when I'm doing these apps, it's usually all screwed up when I do it. But this does not look all screwed up. It did the right thing the first time. I mean, I'm sure if I keep playing with it, I will find bugs, of course. I didn't give it a lot of detail, but it created the structure for it to do the right thing the first time. It asked enough questions. It made things very clear. It added a level of clarity to the project that you wouldn't get if you just started vibe coding. So and the cool thing as well is that it also has another way of keeping a bit of memory, because it has that specs folder, and all future chats can refer to that specs folder. I am totally in love with this. Let me clean up really quick, and I might just do a quick thing just to show you, hey, now that you have all these specs, you can generate tests pretty easily. I actually never actually tried that. I've just been making apps and not tests. Bad tester of me. So first thing you want to do is OPSX archive. And part of this, I think it would, as I said before, it would be on a feature branch, and you would archive it, and then you'd merge everything in after archiving. That's my guess anyways. Oops. Okay, so now we have all the artifacts. Let's see if it can generate, I'm going to say 3 end-to-end tests based on the specs. Can you generate 3 Playwright E2E tests for this app based on the specs. Choose the first 3 high priority use cases. Use cases for the tests. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not doing this through the OpenSpec propose. I could. I'm actually kind of curious. Actually, you know what? Why not? Let me copy all this. I want to see if, and this could totally not work at all. But let's see what happens. I'm going to do OPS propose. I'm just going to type create 3 E2E Playwright tests for this web app. Choose the first 3 scenarios from the specs. I've never used OPS propose for tests before, so I'm curious what's going to happen. Oops. OPS X propose for Playwright. Cool. So here it is. I think I might need to bump it up for our use. I'm going to run all 3 here. What do we got here? Detail page displays all required fields, unlimited players, and select a category. Okay, let's run all these tests. They all passed, but I did not see anything at all. Oh, I guess it went by so fast I did not see anything. Wow, it did that way too fast. But cool, it did it. It got the tests. I don't know if I can play this in slow motion because that was way too fast. But hey, it did the test. It did all the good stuff. I'm going to call that a success. I'm going to go back. I'm going to hit archive on that and finish up that project. I had a lot of fun doing this. Very cool stuff. So remember, OpenSpec, it is propose, apply, archive. And there's the optional explore if you're not quite clear on what you want to do, or if you want to be creative and brainstorm. Again, I got to rehash that. OpenSpec, this is a way of providing structure to your code so the AI can understand it way better and waste a lot less tokens, make way less mistakes, just be a lot clearer and on point. I think this would be called spec-driven development. But yeah, I had fun. I hope you had fun. I hope this is something useful for you. Let me know in the comments. Are you using OpenSpec, another tool like SpecKit, or anything else that kind of gives you this type of structure? Or is this something that you do not want to use at all? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. I love hearing your experiences. If you have any questions, anything, just let me know. I'd love to chat with you. I'm trying to answer everybody's comments. Get it now while this channel is early. Hopefully this channel blows up. Please blow up, channel. But yeah, ask questions. And if you haven't done so already, please download the top 5 test automation best practices guide at the bottom down here. 25 years of being a software development engineer and test. Started off at Microsoft. I've done nonprofits. I've been at weird hardware companies. I'm at Cisco now. So I've been through the gambit of testing scenarios, and I just distilled in this document some very easy 5 things that I have learned during that time. And of course, everything's changing right now with all the AI stuff, but I think the principles in this document still hold true. And with that, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. I got a video here suggested for you. If you watch this video and pair it with what you learned in this video, the two together are just going to supercharge your learning, supercharge your development and your testing at work. Thank you very much. Happy testing, everybody. Goodbye.